Superman. We love you, Superman. We love you. But you must breed. You must breed, Superman. I'm Seth, editor-in-chief for Bitten Origins Comics. What the fuck is with that free-floating camera bullshit? James Gunn's Superman came out, a great start to the DCU, fantastic Superman movie, great movie. One problem I have is this use of this free-floating camera, right? Like, it doesn't feel like it's attached to anything. It, like, spins around the characters. I do not like it. I think sometimes shots look ugly with it. And it's something I've been noticing since like the late 2000s, early 2010s. And it's something I first noticed in CG animated films. The Adventures of Tintin, Bob Zemeckis movies, all those animated films, particularly not directed by animation directors, but directed by live action directors. I've noticed it a lot from them, from Spielberg, from Bob Zemeckis, from James Gunn. Can we stop this, please? Like, I really don't like it. It doesn't feel like it's connected to anything. It's like you're a free-floating ghost just watching events, which makes the events feel like fake. Like, a lot of people have problems with how James Gunn used Superman flying, and for the most part, I think it looks good. But then there are some times where the camera goes absolutely buck wild, and it's like, okay, well then nobody's here. It's all a cartoon. And it just seems like like maybe these live action directors should have been restrained. It's crazy to think about like Steven Spielberg or Bob Zemeckis as like being kind of amateurish film directors. Like their cinematography tends to be top notch. They're like the best of their craft. But then like when it comes to animated shit, they're like, oh, I can do a bunch of shit I've never done before. And it's like, okay, but like there's a reason that animation directors don't do that shit. It doesn't look good. You're just doing shit to do shit. And like, please stop doing that. I think some of it is like animation directors are making something. They want to showcase the art itself. So not really what the camera's doing. They want to showcase the character designs, the character animation, the background designs, the background animation. But when it comes to like live action, the camera, of course, is like the major artist on the film. It's how live action directors see the camera. They see it as an artist itself, like a painter or something. And so it's like, oh, look at what the camera can do. And it's like, okay, well, at this point, we know there's no camera. So what are you doing? And so when you end up having Spielberg direct a Tintin, camera never stops and it's consistently moving because he can't do that in real life. So he's just like, okay, let's try it out. And it ends up making the animation feel like it's insecure in like trying to gain children's attention. So it's like, okay, we got to keep going. Like, you guys aren't fucking paying attention. You're too stupid anyway. So why don't we just keep moving? And it really hurts the film. It's not something you see in like Indiana Jones, which is the direct analog. Like even in the bad Indiana Jones, it doesn't really do that. And I do get the instinct with James Gunn to do it because like he's filming at least on what's supposed to be a real live action set with like fictional creatures. So in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, free floating camera that I hate, you'll mostly see that in the rocket scenes where he's like a child and he's hanging out with his other animal friends, where like pretty much every character is animated. That's where the camera is like constantly swinging, constantly like zooming in, zooming out, like doing overheads, like constantly moving. And I guess it's because it's kind of filming on very static like background. It's not really like an interesting setting, at least not artistically. It's cool, like it's on a spaceship, so that's cool. But it's not something like drawn by Hayao Miyazaki or some shit. So I guess that's why he would do that. And when you're talking about a character like Superman, who is flying all the time, who has to be CG a lot of time because David Cornsweet can't, lift entire buildings or like fly or shoot laser beams out of his eyes or be covered in nanobots. So I guess it kind of makes sense why he would think I can do the free floating camera here because everybody here is animated anyway. They're supposed to be on a background that's like not super interesting, like just a blue sky or something or a city in the background. But I don't know, it doesn't click, it doesn't connect. There's no tactile feel to it. We've constantly been talking about this in film. Everything moves away from like prosthetics, from practical effects to this like CG thing, and like how nobody feels connected. Like if you watch a Marvel movie, especially early on compared to like later on, less people are holding things. They're like holding less drinks. They're like eating less on set because things are constantly changing and because they don't want to interact with anything on set in case things change. So it just kind of contributes to this feeling that films aren't as real as they used to be. They used to be an escape. You used to go to the theater and be like, oh, I'm inhabiting this world for an hour and a half to 3 hours. And now it feels like I'm just watching these events that are occurring on a different planet. I don't know, please just step back from that. Anyway, I'm Seth Fotopoulos, Editor-in-Chief for Forbidden Origins Comments. Like and comment, subscribe on the OrigiNation media channel. Go to our website, forbiddenorigins.com, and join the Discord. All right, have a good day.